Hi designers, you're welcome back. So today we're going to be learning how to sew this blouse with a double welt pocket using the inseam finishing method. I'll be teaching you step by step how to neatly finish your blouse as can see being displayed on the screen without having any seam outside. In the previous tutorial we learned how to draft this blouse and I shared the tutorial and I'll be dropping the link to that tutorial in the description box for those who are yet to watch it to check it out. And I also shared a tutorial on how to neatly make a welt pocket. I'll be dropping that link also. Today we are going to be learning how to neatly finish a blouse. So if this looks like what you're interested in, please watch this video till the end. And if this is your first time on this channel, please click on the subscribe button and also don't forget to like, share and drop a comment. So this is the fabric I use for the tutorial. You can use a crepe fabric or a cotton fabric. This fabric here is a cotton fabric and I used almost 2 years of fabric to make this blouse. Go ahead to use whatever fabric of your choice, but the fabric should be a little bit thick, not too light. So the next I'm going to go ahead to now is to place my pattern on my fabric, after which I'll go ahead to mark my allowances where necessary. So after placing my pattern on my fabric, the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark out allowance of 0.5 inch all around. So the center back is going to be cut on fold, while the center front is not going to be cut on fold because of the button allowance we have at that point. So I went ahead to mark 0.5 inch sewing allowance all around the patterns except for the side because I marked that of the side already while drafting. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut out the patterns separately like you see me doing in the video. After cutting out my fabric, this is what I have after I was done cutting. I also went ahead to cut out my lining piece at the same time. So I used a suit lining for this blouse and I just got this color because I couldn't get the blue color. And also I marked 0.5 inch allowance all around as you can see. So when cutting out your lining should be 0.5 inch shorter than the main fabric. This is to avoid the lining showing on the outer part after the blouse is being worn. So here I have the back. The back was cut on fold, remember, and also mark your allowances where necessary. And for the lining piece, it should be 0.5 inch shorter also. So here we have the side panel, and I did the same thing for the side. Make sure your lining is 0.5 inch shorter than your main fabric. And no allowances on the side because I marked the side allowance while I was drafting. But if you didn't mark yours, go ahead to mark the allowances on the side before you cut out your fabric. Next, we're going to head over to sewing and I'll be starting with the front. Note that whatever you do on your lining piece, you're going to be doing the same thing on your main fabric. And the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to take off my pattern paper like you see me doing in the video, after which I'll be joining the center panel to the side. So I'll head over to my sewing machine to join the center panel to the side on the front, and when sewing, I'll be sewing using 0.5 inch allowance I added while drafting. So I'm going to be joining the front separately, and also I'll be doing the same thing for the lining piece of the front also. After joining the front, I'm also going to go ahead to do the same thing on the back. So for the back, this is what the back looks like. Remember the center back was cut on fold, so I'm just going to go ahead to cut the pattern paper for you to see what it looks like. So this is what your back should look like after cutting. It should be one piece on the center back. Then I'll go ahead to join the side to the back also, and I'll be doing the same thing for the lining piece too. So I'll head over to my sewing machine to quickly do all this, then we'll come back to continue the tutorial. So for the center front lining, if you have enough fabric, you can go ahead to use the same fabric to cut out your center front lining. But my fabric wasn't enough, so I had to just add to this point you see me touching. This is going to help the aligning not to show on the button allowance because this lining is very light. So to avoid that, make sure you add your main fabric to this part to give the button part stability and also to prevent the lining from coming out after stitching. So next, I'll just go ahead to join the side panel to the center of the front like I'll be doing for the main fabric. So here I've gone ahead to join my center to the side, and this is what the front looks like. After sewing, I opened up the seam and give it a good press. You can also go ahead to add an interface to your fabric if it is not thick. So this is for the front, and also here I have the back. I also joined the center to the side, and this is what it looks like, and I also give it a good press. This is what the back looks like, and I also did the same thing for the lining piece also. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to attach the waist pocket to the blouse we are making, and I've made a tutorial on how to do this. It's a very detailed tutorial. I'm going to go ahead to drop the link in the comment section for you to go ahead to check it out. So here I've gone ahead to attach the waist pocket to the blouse, and this is what we have after doing that. Like I said, I'll be dropping the link in the description box for you to go ahead to check it out. It is very detailed and easy to understand. So after fixing your waist pocket to the blouse, the next thing we're going to go ahead to do now is to join the front and the back of the blouse together. So here I have the back. I'm going to go ahead to place the back on the front, making sure the good face are facing each other. Then I'll head over to my sewing machine to close up the shoulder area and also the side, and I'll be doing the same thing for the lining piece also. Here I've gone ahead to join the front and back together, and after joining, this is what we have after I was done joining. And I also went ahead to do the same thing for the lining piece also, and this is what my lining piece looks like. So whatever you do on your fabric, you're going to be doing same on your lining piece. The next I'll be doing now is to attach the sleeve to my fabric. So you go ahead to attach your sleeve, fabric to fabric and lining to lining. So when cutting your sleeve, make sure that your lining is 0.5 inch shorter than your main fabric. You'll be doing the same thing for your lining piece also. So make sure that the lining is 0.5 inch shorter than the main fabric. So I'll go ahead to attach the sleeves to the fabric and also the lining sleeve to the lining. And after I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead to join the jacket together. That is, I'll go ahead to join the lining piece to my main fabric. So go ahead to place your lining on your fabric, making sure the good face are facing each other. Then you go ahead to arrange it. After arranging it, the first thing to do is to stitch the neckline area. Go ahead to sew your neckline area using 0.5 inch. After doing that, you're going to go ahead to sew the hem. Then you come to sew the center front. So you're going to start from the neckline first. After sewing the neckline, you're going to go ahead to sew the hem before you go ahead to join the center front. So here I'm going ahead to join my lining piece to my fabric, and this is what I have after doing that. So I turned it over. This is what it looks like, and I also went ahead to give it a good press. This is what your back looks like. So before turning, go ahead to notch the hem and the neckline before you turn so that it lays flat when you are ironing. This is what the inner part looks like. So I turned it over using the sleeve. I'm yet to finish up the sleeve opening, as you can see. So you're going to be turning it over using the sleeve opening. So when cutting your fabric, like I said earlier, make sure that the lining is shorter than the fabric to have this effect. If you make it the same length, the lining is going to show on the outer part. So to avoid that, always make sure that your lining is shorter to have this effect we have on the hem of the blouse. So the next thing we're going to go ahead to do now is to finish up the sleeve. I'm going to be closing up the sleeve opening, and to do that, what I'll go ahead to do is to create an opening on the back of the blouse. So I'll go ahead to create an opening. You can go ahead to create on the side or wherever you want, but I'm going to be opening up this dart line I have at this point, like you see me doing in the video. So after creating the opening, this is what it looks like. So it should not be too wide, but wide enough to be able to accommodate the sleeves. So first you're going to go ahead to pull out the sleeves of the lining. You go ahead to pull it out like this. After that, go ahead to pull out the sleeve of the main fabric. So once you have pulled both sleeves out, the next thing to do is to take the sleeve on the lining part and place it on the sleeve of the main fabric, making sure that the good face are aligning, and also the joining on the armpit area are also meeting. Just watch what I'm doing closely, you understand. You go ahead to place it like this, making sure the good face are facing each other. So I'm just going to go ahead to pin this down for you to get a clearer view of what I'm trying to say. So I'll pin it down. After pinning it down, I'll turn this over to the good face to show you what the sleeve is going to look like after sewing. So after pinning it down, you're going to turn it over to see if it fits properly. If what you're doing is correct, go ahead to check it out first before you go ahead to run a stitch around the sleeve opening. And when you flip it over, you discover that all the seams are inside. So please do this check before you stitch so you don't stitch it wrongly and start coming back to losing it. So I'll just go ahead to illustrate using the other sleeve again. So the first thing to do is to pull out the sleeve on the lining part. After doing that, you're going to go ahead to pull out the sleeve on the main fabric. So once they are both out, the next thing to do is to locate the part with the joining on the armpit area and also locate that on the lining piece also. Once you have them located, the next thing you're going to go ahead to do is to place the joining parts together, making sure the good face are facing each other. Then you go ahead to stitch around the sleeve opening. And once I'm done doing all this, I'll also be closing this opening I created on the center back. I will stitch with my sewing machine first, after which I'll go ahead to hand tack the remaining parts. After closing up the sleeve opening, this is what we have. I went ahead to give the blouse a good press, and this is what I have after I was doing all this. And this is what the back of the blouse looked like once I was done doing all this. So for the inner part, this is what it looks like. As you can see, we have an inseam finishing and everything is inside. You don't have any rough sewing on the outer part. And if you look at the sleeve, you will discover that the lining and the fabric are not at the same length. So make sure that when cutting your sleeve, the lining should be 0.5 inch shorter. And here we have the back. I've also gone ahead to close up the opening I created on the back, and this is what we have after I was done doing all this. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to create the buttonhole on the blouse. After creating the buttonhole on the blouse, I'll also go ahead to fix my button on it, and we are done with the making of this blouse. So if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe if you are yet to, and also don't forget to like, share and drop a comment. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my other tutorials.